Hello and welcome back to the Note, and let me apologise at the outset for the quality of my voice. Now, we've had a relatively quiet day on world markets today, notwithstanding the growing concern over the situation in Greece once more. The dominant theme is the continuing attempt for a lot of investors to get themselves back onto an even keel after the great disruption caused last week by the Federal Reserve. Broadly speaking, we've seen a continued sell-off for the dollar. Can be somewhat overstated. Yes, it's down, getting on for 4% from the top before Janet Yellen spoke last week, but it's still, another way of putting that is that it's where it was about a week and a half ago. You've also seen a similar move backwards in US bond yields. Meanwhile, European yields have ticked up very slightly. The stock market here in the US has had another off day. It has been, broadly speaking, horizontal for a while. What's very interesting, what I'd like to draw your attention to, though, is the commodities market, particularly metals. As you can see here, there's been quite a stark rise back in copper since we heard from the Fed last week, and there was a particularly impressive rally back in the last few minutes of trading today. That's normally a very clear barometer of the economy. Copper we're used to thinking of as a great barometer of what's going on in China. If you see what's going on though with iron ore for Qingdao delivery, another very pure play on China, you can see that there is no sign of any great recovery there. Similarly with oil, we have seen quite a strong snap back since before Janet Yellen spoke, more than 10% in the WTI contract, but again, if you look at that in the longer term perspective, it doesn't look that impressive. Plainly, a lot of people were caught very much unawares by the Fed and by the response to it. They were generally long the dollar and short various commodities. They are still very much inconvenienced by the fallout that's followed. Be very interesting, particularly in the case of copper, to see whether these trends follow through or whether this is just an example of some people being caught in a bad place and losing some money.